This is Real Talk Republic podcast, and today we are talking much about contracts, business, employees relationship.
If you're not sure, ask a lawyer.
Bro, can we draft any contract without a legal mind within us?
Wakanya najifanya wajanja.
There
are those contracts, if they're going to last more than 3 months, definitely they have to be in writing.
Yeah.
That's got that clear. Okay, the good thing with the written contract where you sign, at least it shows there was a sort of an agreement.
Yeah.
Any contract that takes away your rights, for example, you're entitled to one rest day every 7 days. For example, you're entitled to leave when you work for 12 consecutive months. You're entitled to maternity. If those things are missing from the contract, then that's a red flag. Yes.
You mtu ni gangster. Unaweza ni shoot. Should I request? I want to record you.
Well, you can. As I said, it's not that it can't be used, right? But it's not the best of evidence.
Yeah.
It's not the best of evidence. You can't fire a person for joining a union, a welfare. You can't. In fact, that will be unfair dismissal.
By the way, wakili, maandamano kwa workplace mimi naona ni necessary. Kwa sababu kuna tu mabosi wengine msipoandamana hawatasikia.
15,000 per day.
Hata ndio mimi najaribu kumwangalia hapa. 15k per day.
I was misleading.
Hiyo kazi iko
15,000 per month.
Kazi ya wakili ni wacha bana.
Forex can offer
Sana hiyo mambo ya. Simtulie guys.
Dango Reelers, this is Real Talk Republic podcast all the way from Kiafrika Studios. And of course, I am Orego. And my co-host...
My name is Bliss, as you all know.
Now, today, we are going to dive into something very crucial to employee-employer relationship.
Yeah.
This is something that we deal with every day, Bliss. I'm talking about contracts.
Yes.
And the rules, or rather laws, that you should know in your... Contract.
Yes.
And where you're working.
Yeah.
When was the last time you signed a contract?
The last time I signed a contract was in July.
July?
Yes. And I still have it up to date.
Did you go through it before you signed it?
Very well, with that person who was employing me.
Is your employer following up to the agreement?
He's not following up to the agreement, which is, I'm very worried about it kwa sababu. Sometimes I go against the terms. Sometimes me I go against the terms.
Yeah.
But all in all, we are tied since we have a contract.
So everyone is not binding to that your contract?
Yes.
Contract.
Yes.
Tango. Then, did you ask me when I signed mine last?
When did you sign your contract last?
I'm yet to sign. But I hope when I sign my next contract...
Na ikuwe contract ya big deal.
Tango.
Sign 2 contracts.
That's the reason why we have brought in Kuria Advocates so that we can talk much about contract binding and the laws that we should know when we are getting into employment.
Yes.
Wakili, karibu Real Talk Republic.
Asante sana. The beautiful thing about being an advocate, you can simply get away by saying I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. Hakuna introduction mingi, just that. You're just a complete package by just saying that.
Welcome, but
yes.
Advocate now.
Yes.
Advocate.
Yes.
Tell our audience.
Wakili.
Tell your audience your full name.
My full name.
Yes.
My full name, as per my ID, is Peter Kuria. Yes. I'm the founder of Kuria and Company Advocates. Yes.
Welcome.
Na jina yake yenye iko kwa ID. Juu amesema as per my ID.
As per ID. Do you have a KS?
Do you have...
I think this is the serious profession.
Maybe Kush.
Sawa Kush.
Kwa streets
hiyo ndo tulikuwa tunataka.
Kush.
Wakili,
yes.
You know, wakili is only found when you graduated from law school. That's when you become wakili.
Yes. You become a wakili when you graduate from law school. You become an advocate when you graduate from KSL.
Can we sometimes come tusikize kesi za watu? Is it allowed?
I'm usually shocked. Like a courtroom is a public place. You can actually come and actually listen to what the magistrate is saying.
Well, I didn't know like watu wako allowed to walk into hizo court like settings kusikiza kesi za watu.
The ones that you can't walk in, of course, is a defilement case like children matters and divorce cases.
But also I think court hearing is the best dating site.
Ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema like I can take someone out on a date kwa court tusikize kesi za watu.
I mean like una form tao manzi unangoja msinge tu courtroom hapo ngoje. Listen to drama.
Courtroom iko wapi tao niende?
We have so many courts but the main one in town is Milimani. Milimani no
Sawa.
courts.
Milimani
Now-
here I come.
Yes, but
Let's
carry your
take-
ID and
Alright.
because you have to be such.
You are based. You are an advocate at Milimani Law
Yes,
Courts.
yes.
Thank you.
Any court you can practice in any court.
Any court.
Yes, yes.
Now
But I
let's
do
dive
practice
to
at Milimani.
basic points or basic agenda of this particular episode. Now we are talking about what really describes the employer-employee relationship. There's a basic point that a viewer wanafaa ku understand from that point. This is in terms of job, in terms of contracts zenye tunaandika. How can this one be defined in lay's language?
Let me share a story before we start definitions.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just woke up one day
Uh-huh.
and you lose your sense of sight, like una macho,
Yeah.
like you can't see, or you can't do what you can't hear. I mean, how will that be? It means that you can't even function properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And employment or your work is part of your life. It's part of who you are. So you must have a structured way of doing stuff so that you don't wake up one day as an employer and decide, mse simpendi, aende to home. Or let's flip the script. I'm an employee. I just don't wake up one day. Kuna hii ni emergency nowadays text I'm not coming
I'm not
to
coming,
work.
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
you know what means. It's like you losing your eyesight. What that does to your employer. Yeah, so basically it's very, very important for you to have employment contracts, but not all employments are supposed to be written down.
Not all.
Yes, not all.
Like sasa, like what types of nini are supposed to be written down?
Well, if you are going to get work, which is more than 3 months, it must be
Written down.
Yes, shall be, must
Now-
be written. Yes.
Are the verbal agreements valid? The verbal agreement, like we agree just like that. Like right now we say,
Yes.
Kuria, now you're going to be my advocate tomorrow. Tomorrow I have this case. You're going to work for me for this period, like for 1 week, and it's costing this amount. Should we say, if I miss to pay the money that we agreed on verbally, is it still our valid agreement, or we are going to dismiss everything and say like, no, chief?
Very, very much valid. Yeah, oral agreements are as good as written agreements. But now the good thing is written agreements, you're able to prove.
Yeah, kuna
We
evidence
agreed.
kwa ground.
We agreed this is the amount, but now verbal becomes a bit tricky because now we have to look at, did you send WhatsApp messages, texts? We have to ask people around, or did they agree, witnesses and all that. To avoid all that drama, have it written down so that I can say, you know what, this is what we had agreed.
Kuria,
Yes.
now you're saying when you're classifying the verbal agreements, you talked about WhatsApp messages. Now my employer texts me over WhatsApp. We agreed everything on WhatsApp and we start working over WhatsApp. Is this one still the same as the contract that you brought the papers to me so that I can send them down? Is this one still?
Yeah, the good thing with the written contract where you sign, at least it shows there was a sort of an agreement. But now WhatsApp message, you imagine, utaingia job kesho, how much? This amount. Sangapi? This amount. So before we start bringing all that and before we agree, or before we actually point out that this report actually agreed, it becomes very difficult. Unlike a written contract where you can show your signature and I can show my signature and we had actually agreed.
And then about verbal contract is that you can adjust anytime. If I sign with you a contract verbally, niseme I'm working for you and you're paying me 30,000. Siku ya payment, you as my employer, you have the right to tell me I cannot give you 30,000 because it's not written down. But if you have a written down contract, takwambia mi ndakusue if you don't pay me.
It's easy to enforce.
Yeah.
It's easy to enforce a written agreement or a contract versus a verbal one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the secure one ni written.
Go a written contract. Yeah.
Na akikataa kunipea hiyo written contract.
So naishia, like, you know.
Last time in your stories,
Yes.
I saw not just in your stories,
Yes.
I shared much of your stories
Yes.
after snapping them from Instagram.
Yes.
People were saying currently right now, especially the Gen Z, you give an example with the Gen Z who will wake up in the morning and say, I'm not reporting to this job. Yeah, because they have a verbal agreement on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Let's say he worked for a month waiting for the payment at the end of the month, but now he have refused or stopped going to job that day, resigned maybe. Can the employee remit the payment, the end month payment? Can he withhold? to be specific, does the employee have the right to withhold the payment?
The employer?
The employer.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, to withhold the payment. Yeah, okay, let me break it down. There are those contracts, if they're going to last more than 3 months, definitely they have to be in writing.
Yeah.
Let's get that clear. Number two, if they're going to be the ones, there are some contracts that end at the end of the day. Like umeingia job asubuhi,
Yeah.
umechapa mboka safi, in the evening you give me my money.
Hata watu wa kazi mtaani.
Yes. So you agree, you know what, at the end of the day, that contract can terminate without notice.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, tomorrow I can decide not to show up at work. And then so the employer can withhold your pay when there is that contract that has a contract of service for 3 months. Okay, he can withhold your pay where you have not worked for that money. Yes, because if you're working for end month, you must give a notice, okay, 30 days notice or 20 days notice saying, by the way, I will not be working for you after 28 days.
Now, what happens if I sign a contract and now I'm not showing for work, but like, it's not lazima nikue na show up every day, but kuna tu some days I'm skipping, but I'm still working regardless.
Wow. What is a contract?
A contract is a written down agreement between an employer and an employee.
Thank you.
Yes.
You must specify in that agreement, for example, a contract of service, we call them a contract of service for employment, right?
Yeah.
You must specify one, where will I be working? What will be my roles? What time am I expected to be in the office? What time am I supposed to leave? All right? What are my JDs and all that? So if in the contract you have specified I don't have to show up for work every day, fair and square, right? If it says I can show up every day, I should show up every day, I should show up every day. Because if you don't show up every day, you have signed that contract, you're supposed to show up every day, and then you don't, you are violating the contract.
You know what we do nowadays? If I sign a contract with you for 30 days, let me say I'm coming here to shoot for you for 30 days.
Yes.
I can just come here, nifanye like sets tatu za production. Hiyo inakava Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then I don't come on Tuesday and Wednesday because the next nisha produce za hizo masiku. What happens now? Am I still going against the contract? Ama so long as like nime produce what you want every day, iko sawa? How does that go?
Well, what does the contract say?
The contract says I'm supposed to produce 30 items for 30 days. Yes.
And you meet your fine, that is fair. That is okay.
That is okay.
So long as you meet your workload, that is fine.
All right.
Yes.
Now,
some contracts people sign out here.
employee nimepata employee leo, then tukaanza kufanya naye kazi. Or rather, I'm employed today.
Yes.
Then I start working.
Yes.
But without contract. After how long should I get the contract and sign it?
2 months.
After 2 months?
Yes.
But others are giving 3 months.
Within 2 months, at least 2 months, you'll have gotten your contract of service. You must sign that.
There is one of our
Yes.
listener, anaitwa Derek. Derek was fired after like 3 months of probation. The probation, it was a probation and a contract, but he was fired without pay. You see, for probation, you are either being paid or not. Yes, but in this one, they agreed to be getting paid, but he was fired without being paid. Now, Derek is very concerned on whether he should seek guidelines from COTU and whether he's going to get help. This is according to our constitutions.
Derek was in probation for 3 months.
For 3 months.
And he had
without
signed the contract.
he did not sign contract first thing. He did not sign contract. Yes.
Now amekuwa fired after hizo 3 months
yes.
ama before 3 months.
After 3 months. Let's take like 2 months imebaki siku kidogo hivi. Then akachujwa akaambiwa, bro, place yako is work. Enda tu.
Well, I have good and bad news for Derek.
Start with the bad one.
Bad news, eh? There is a section of the Employment Act that does not apply to what we call probationary contracts.
Tango.
Because when in probation, we are trying to see if itawaka ama itawaka.
Yeah.
You understand? So the employer is like, okay, I don't think that we can sustain you. Goodbye. Where it can work for Derek, if there was actually an agreement that you'll get some money, terms and all that, they're supposed to pay him that particular kind of money. But the employment court will not be very keen kumsaidia because basically there's that section of the law that does not apply to probationary contracts.
So
to-
if someone is on a work probation, they are supposed to be like having that written agreement regardless.
Get a probation contract. Yeah, get it. Get that. Yeah, don't just work.
But
to
is it
work.
really like okay to put people on probation? See, if you want to hire someone, just hire. If you don't want to hire me, just
Probation
let
is
me
very
go.
valid.
But by the time nikuje kwa kazi yako nimekutumia CV, nimekutumia portfolio, you've gone through it, you know I'm ready to work.
Vitu kwa ground different, you know. People say I'm able to do this and this and this. I want to find out whether you can do you
Gen
match the
Zs
values.
especially.
Yeah, do you match this? And then you're like, okay, I don't think I can. Look at it the other way around. You also, as an employee, you may go to a company. You're like, okay, things look so nice. Then when you're employed, you realize, man,
Kwa ground.
this is not what I wanted.
Sasa bro, tuchukue situation ya the current situation.
Yes.
There is no job.
Yes.
Unemployment rate is higher
Yes.
in Kenya.
Yes.
Though in Africa it is South Africa is leading.
Yes.
So bro anapata job.
Uh-huh.
Like this one is paying him, let's take like 15,000.
Yes.
Anapata every day 15k, every day 15k. We don't,
Wow.
what are the risks? Because
Tafuti your job bana. 15,000 per day.
15 hata ndio mimi
I mean,
najaribu
sorry,
kumwangalia
damn.
hapa.
Oh.
15k per day.
I was misleading.
Hiyo kazi iko wapi?
15,000 per
Niambia hata hii
month.
kazi ya wakili niwache bana.
Oh, forex can offer that.
Achana na hiyo mambo ya.
Niko sawa.
Simtulie guys.
Now
Simtulie.
15 or lesser than that per month. What are the risks in Derek I mean not Derek, this the Gen Zs, the youth, the generation right now, not just youths, everyone, every Kenyan wanna expose because they're working without contracts, but they need job. Employers pia party contract.
Hey.
They're not giving out the contract, they just want the service, but they're not giving
The
the
contract.
contract. What are the risks towards situation kama hiyo?
Well, if you're going to work for, as I said, for more than 3 months, it becomes very difficult for you to prove your case if anything goes wrong. As in, look, umeingia job plani. What am I supposed to do in that workplace? What are my roles? Those things have to be defined. If you don't have a contract, it becomes extremely difficult. Other for me was our key to defend you in court because I'm thinking, what will you be using to even defend your case?
Hold.
I have
So do you mean, like, if I've worked in this place for more than 3 months, I'm yet to sign a contract, the grounds of defending me as an advocate is very slippery.
The evidence. Okay, let me paint out something for you guys.
Okay.
The way things operate in court, si venye vitu zi apply in real life. So some receipts. Sasa in court, you have to prove each and everything.
Yeah.
For example, if you say me used to show up at work there, don't forget this. Imagine now this place is where you work. Okay, there are CCTVs. Everything is owned by the owner of this building.
Yes.
So if you walk out of this place and probably get injured or trip somewhere, it is the owner of the building who has the CCTV. They're the ones who control the building.
Yeah.
So if you come and say, I want to see you guys, everything's not happy unless you are recording yourself when you're walking. You understand? So if you're not going to have written contracts, it is the employer who has the upper hand for you. So if you say, I used to come in at work at 8 a.m., where's the evidence? I used to work this and this, where's the evidence? The court need receipts. The court is you must, everything that you say, you must back it up with evidence.
Higher. Let's take an instance. We are now shooting here at Kiafrica Studios, but like I have evidence. You guys have posted me on your YouTube, have posted me on your TikTok, have posted me on your Insta, but you don't have a written contract. If you're going to the court, wataniitisha evidence. Like I had all social media to prove to you guys that I worked, even though I don't have a contract.
Kuna volunteer.
Eh?
You are volunteering.
Now you will treat me as a volunteer.
The employer can say,
Nimetoka all the way from Rongai to bypass alafu mnaniita volunteer. Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
going
a
to do
valid
that.
reason in defense. That's a valid defense.
Yes.
Now,
Hey.
you are talking about nimekuja hapa nimefanya kazi, my time nimeingia kwa kazi and something like that. Now there is also one of our audience because we have the question from them.
Yes.
Anaitwa Yuanita. They were asking about interns, interns, job ya interns. Bro, umekuwa intern?
Yeah, by the way, like people in internship are not usually get paid. Inakwanga tu free labor na haifai kuwa hivyo.
Now,
It's not
they don't know
supposed
whether it is that way. So that's why tunataka clarification
Sawa.
from wakili.
Wakili mwenyewe.
I don't know whether interns are being paid.
No.
Media Council paid me.
Ni wewe uliangukia hiyo bahati.
Now,
Yes.
this way, kuna jobs zingine una tasks. unapewa outside the stipulations zenye ziko kwa contract that you agreed with your employer, but unapata like for example tusitumie Brian, our director is directing, but we give out additional tasks like you tupangie venye show itakuja on venye our advocate will say this and this. Those one are outside his
Scope,
work
yes.
jurisdiction. Yeah. How can this person or na angeziwi pesa ama there is no additional kitu kingine anaongezewa hapo juu but anafanyiwa like the question from you Anita is like anaimposiwa a lot of tasks that are not stipulated in the contract.
You're not supposed to do them. I'll give practical example.
You will be fired.
That was
You
the reason
only
for
work for
termination
what
now.
you have signed for.
By the way, the people who are listening to this podcast are very lucky because our labor courts, and our labor laws are among the most vibrant, the best that we have in a very good continent. Because there's something called unfair termination,
Yeah.
right? Unfair termination. I don't know whether we'll jump into that or should I first
We'll jump to
answer-
that. We'll jump to that.
Yes.
There is a question on that.
Yes. So that would be unfair termination because why are you terminating my employment? Yet we had agreed on paper that this is what I'm supposed to do.
But contracts are usually like terminated when you go against them.
The people don't know that they're supposed to can enforce that in court. People don't know.
Oh,
You can actually enforce that in court. Yeah, it's unfair. That's what we call a contract. We agreed on ABCD. If you're not following ABCD, I've got a right to go and
terminated.
to terminate and sue in court if you refuse to.
Kuterminate unapigia tu mtu simu unamwambia contract imeisha. Mambo ya kwenda kwa court tuachane nayo.
Now, bro, umesema no, let's keep on this one. Now, I'm given a contract
Yes.
to sign. I'm reading through it. What are the red flags yenye nafaa kuwa aware of? You'll be like, no, I'm not signing this contract because maybe it's not going to be on my side or it's just fairing the employer. What are these type of the red flags that are in this particular contract or the employees should always check on before signing a contract? Yeah.
One of the biggest red flag is accepting employment na haujangalia haijapeana JDs like job description are supposed to do. You're the director, but even if you're the director in this podcast, it has to be specific on what I'm supposed to be doing. I like some contracts. Some employers are. Am I allowed to say they're crazy? Am I allowed to use that language?
Okay.
Yes.
Every Kenyans are crazy.
Kila mtu ako
Because napata
crazy.
contract imeandikwa you'll do ABCD and any other duty as you'll be allocated from time to time. Bro, what is that? You know, I can be told to go and shop for my boss's wife yake anafaa kushopiwa fanya shopping ya nyumba. Is that any other duty? So it has to be very specific on what I'm supposed to be doing. Any contract that takes away your rights, for example, you're entitled to one rest day every 7 days. For example, you're entitled to leave when you work for 12 consecutive months. You're entitled to maternity. If those things are missing from the contract, then that's a red flag. Yes.
We ushakutana na something like that.
Yes, I have met. Nishakutana na hizo vitu.
What did you do?
When I'm signing me.
You see, Kenyans are desperate for a job.
Yes.
You just
Yeah.
got a job, then they give you such contract.
You don't even go through it. Unakimbilianga tu place ya amount na
Yes,
kusign.
but you've just talked about one red flag.
Yes.
And you say it's the biggest.
Yes.
Which one is the weakest red flag?
Employer makata okay, the employer must sign that contract, okay? Yeah, he must sign that. So most of the time unapatanga you just sign, then the employer does not sign that contract. It doesn't make haikuangi valid ikiwa hivyo. Yes, when they fail to sign the contract. Yes, it means you haven't agreed.
Now, tuongee about now employer. We've talked much about employees. Tukuja kwa sides za employer, sindio?
Yes.
What must be defending them? Unapata, I don't know whether I should give a story about this one.
Give
Unapata,
us.
I'm still applying jobs, bro. I'm still applying for a job. You see, most of these employers are into business. Tuongea about, before to get to employer, let's get about the business partnership contracts. You get like somebody wants you to be his partner. It's kind of buying shares, but you're not buying it. That I mean, anakugawia tu because you have that mind, you could run that one. What are the points or the basic that should be drafted in this partnership that should be bounding all the members that I'm talking about, business owner na partner mwenye ameleta mgeni? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
One, if I want to invest in a business, or if we want to form a partnership with someone, we have to clearly define the roles of each partner. What will be expected of me? Am I just bringing the money? Okay. What is my cut in that business? What are my roles? So you must separate those two things. So kuna two type of people. Am I just coming to bring my money investment? At the end of the month, may I get my profit? And or am I coming to bring my money and my skills, and what is expected of those skills? So those things should be clearly captured in those contracts.
Now, I was forgetting about this one. Bro, can we draft any contract without a legal mind within us?
Wakanya najifanya wajanja.
ChatGPT inatufanyia kazi.
No, don't trust that thing by the ChatGPT. You see, if you go and okay, sometimes use idea.
Yeah, it
use idea, because legal services now, they don't come cheap. But the problem with ChatGPT, it will pick laws just from US.
In a
We put a
generalized
request. Like, tumeniaje niangalie contract yenye nimedraftiwa ChatGPT. I'm like, bro, this thing can't be enforced in this country. So ChatGPT hasn't yet learned, haijaikuwa localized. So it'll pick laws from the US, UK, nini, napata contracts due, what. Then it won't work. So you need, mi usema, better to be safe than sorry. You know, si mko na mabishi na maloya, kwani mabishi yao yake nani you get?
Kuna wewe hadi umejiongeza kwa
program.
Mi bora unanitumeni aje na M-Pesa inafuata hapa.
Bora tu tupitie hiyo contract.
You need a legal mind because the law, a contract must be lawful.
Yeah.
Sawa. Si tu contract any unaweza sign. So you at least a lawyer tell you hapo mumo nje and all this and that. Yeah. So you really do need a lawyer when you're signing these things because if you sign a contract yenye inakufunga. Wakenya, I'm surprised that tulisoma the entire contract.
I actually went through the entire contract, but I still have some ish.
Yeah, good example. You have a bank account?
Yes, I do have a bank account.
Yes.
Do you read the terms and conditions? They're very many.
Oh, really?
Fine print.
Hata kwa hizi za simu unafinyanga tu.
Do Kenyans read TSC? I agree.
We don't.
I agree.
Everything.
I
agree. We flow with it.
It means whoever is going to be now, if anything goes wrong, whoever is going to be going to look at that agreement, they will know that, they will assume that you read it.
Yeah.
And that's how it will be operated like in history.
Now, Dango Reelers, this is Real Talk Republic podcast, and today we are talking much about contracts, business, employees relationship. There is much that have happened. Bro, kuna mwingine pia alifutwa kazi juu alipata ball,
kupata ball ni valid kusimamisha mtu kazi.
No, it's not valid, but we are going to find out. Ati mwingine pia
mimba yake ni how like imekuwa kubwa aje.
No, we don't know about whatever was in that document, but alikuwa fired because ya kupata ball.
Alipata kazi, alipata hiyo ball kwa work ground ama alikuja nayo?
Alipata kisha kwa job.
Amepewa na mtu wa hiyo job?
We don't know about that. But
hebu wafukuzwe wote wawili kama
wamepeana. Mwingine akafutwa juu ya ku get into relationship to job.
Yes, that is a valid reason to chase someone from your job, because haufai kuwa na like intimate relationship with your workmate.
Unfortunately, you are reading from business because you study business.
I study business, procurement.
But now let's get it from the wakili mwenyewe, Real Talk Republic.
Wakili, what do you think about that? If you find your employee in a serious relationship, a serious sexual relationship with another employee, what do you do?
Kwanza, how do you find about that unless you find them in the office?
No, someone tells you, like, those mouthy secretaries, like, bosi, sijakwambia.
Does it affect the performance of this?
Somehow it does. Kwa sababu watu akishaingia kwa mapenzi akili zao hazifanyangi.
I want to give you an example from whatever Bliss is saying. There is, I'll read it. I did research before I came here. And friends also did send their
the question.
What they needed to know about this. There is this friend of mine, not friend, but our audience, because our audiences are our friends, who was fired because he was in a serious relationship. Bro, have you ever been in a relationship with your coworker? Let's be at one time.
No. Like, okay, say it like
but
Have you ever eyed on a
Akasema,
worker?
Definitely you're human beings.
dango
That is what you want
unaona,
now.
manze,
If you eye on that certain girl who's working also in the same place as you, what do? You shoot your shot, or you just let it go
Now-
because you're not working together.
this bro of ours aliget into serious relationship na huu coworker. After kuget into relationship everything ikaanza kusonga vizuri but I want siku moja things flopped. Kwa kitchen ukishazoea mtu the things that happens unaweza pata umemshika and mna forget mkiwa job misi mali yako something like that. So akamshika then the lady kumbe walikuwa kwa disagreement back home in the house. Hizo vitu za relationship. So akiwa kazi they were not staying together. Then akaenda kitchen kuserve for breakfast for lunch. Kufika hapo akapata mrembo wake yuko hapo na anaosha vyombo. Then akamshika kwa waist. Then the lady akatana akamwambia what are you doing? No, what are you doing? Akashout akamgonga with that dish alikuwa naosha. Now because these people are very always on CCTV, it's a serious company. Wakaona kwa CCTV the guy alipewa mandatory leave aende home. Now after kupewa hii leave ameambiwa aende leave for 2 weeks. Akaenda leave for 2 weeks akareturn back to job akaongezwa ingine from after remember kukuka contract. Akaongezwa zingine yenye sahi anasema like inakaa kama nishapoteza kazi. At this point I think nimepoteza kazi. Is there a way yenye naweza kuwa reinstated to this job?
Isn't that a petty reason to fire someone?
Well, wait, did the lady complain?
The lady hit him.
Oh yeah, the lady hit him so that when
That is
she
sexual
complained.
harassment. That is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
If umeshikwa without your consent. In fact, that's a serious reason for you to be what you call summarily dismissed from work. What that means is that you're not taken. Unaambia tu point blank from where you are, you're no longer employed here because you have done ABCD. Showing up at work umekata still.
Does that guarantee you that you're going to get your payment? The guy
whatever you worked for, if kuna leave days, blah blah blah, yes, you have to get your.
Now coming to my personal story before we jump to unlawful
Story yako
termination.
imekuwasha, hebu say it.
Imeniwasha man. I didn't have a lawyer by then. They were studying. So I didn't have a lawyer by then. Now
Or will pay your fees after this, eh?
they said my friend is suffering.
He must pay.
Kwanza we are doing invoice, eh? Fees kupigwa simu.
Now I'm very lucky niko na wewe. So anything I say over this podcast actually we have wakili here.
Yeah,
Advocate.
tunatetewa kwanza Milimani High Court.
No worries.
We've been having
I got you.
You get me now?
Yes.
So I was dismissed on almost similar situation as my guy. But now I did not harass somebody. It was just jealousy. Something like that. Something like that. But I was dismissed. But later on, sikupata payments. I never received my remittances. Kwa hiyo situation follow up. I went for all the disciplinary committees or whatever is stipulated in the company's regulation by ICO. Why happened? I'm here to get the money. Can I still follow up for the money?
Definitely you should.
What are the follow-ups to criteria?
First, did you report to your local labor officer? Usually a labor officer you can report to. If you don't have one, you just look for Akili here. We do a demand. Wakata kulipa, you go to court and you have your money back.
You talk of labor officer.
Yes.
Now drifting us to the to COTU. Is COTU really active and helping employees?
The lawyer himself.
Well, yeah, COTU does work. COTU does work when it wants to work. You get it does work when it wants to work.
But it's always corrupted.
Wakili,
It's really, everything in Kenya is
corrupted.
can I ask you
Yes.
something?
Yes.
If I'm having a case about my contract kwa court, I need a lawyer. See, I'm paying this lawyer.
Yes.
Na sasa pesa yenye nafuatilia haitoshi kulipa huyu lawyer kwa sababu lawyer hata anitisha pesa kidogo.
Ina depend na ile pesa unaitisha kotini. That's what I'll charge you. Hawezi kuitisha 10,000.
We are in court for, we are talking about a salary of maybe 20,000 here. We are in court because this guy didn't pay me my 20K. If I'm having a lawyer, na huyu lawyer namlipa pesa mob kushinda hii 20,000. Na tutaenda kwa court once or twice.
Yes.
Maybe mara tatu hivi.
Yes.
Now juu pesa yenye utachaji umesema umeitika yes sana aska akili. Now tuseme boys amekataa kumlipa 20 Gs. Now duration yenye amekataa kulipa like tuseme he was supposed to be paid in April.
Yes.
Now it's September. Is yet to be paid. Do you think or do you believe this guy can be paid from May till September?
Aongezewe hiyo mshahara juu.
There's what you call interest. Every month, every day you're delaying kulipa mse ina attract interest.
Ya tau
Sindia
kila
nikopisha
siku.
do nikopisha do saizi ukatae kulipa. So we'll start counting. Of course, the money that I owe you. So if you worked for a year, that's the money that the company owes him, right? The employer owes him. So for every month that the employer is not remitting that money can attract interest.
Now tulikuwa tunapiga story up about that lady who was fired because she got pregnant. This is I think from my side unlawful dismissal. Now tunaingia from this point of unlawful dismissal. There is also another one, our audience, who was dismissed because alienda matanga. Man, you are laughing.
Sorry.
Oh, I laughed.
Some employers wako tu na mchezo.
Yeah,
Why would you fire someone because they went to attend a burial though?
This is after signing a contract.
Yes.
Like he signed for the guy who was dismissed after 4 months.
Yes.
He signed a contract yesterday. What are the abiding laws that can defend both sides in terms of being dismissed? Maybe umezaa and a company don't want you to zaa.
Hey, si mtu anapewa pregnancy leave.
Yeah,
Companies,
maternity leave.
the companies wenye wanataki wenye wamezaa, hata wenye wako na
You
family.
see, an employer is not supposed to discriminate you against you, religion, sex, pregnancy. Pregnancy is one of the reasons is that a company should not fire you because you're pregnant. That's discrimination. There's
Yeah,
maternity
see,
leave. If I give you notice that I'm pregnant and I'm going to be going for maternity leave, like 7 days at least, I'm entitled to that.
Mtu anafaa kwenda maternity leave mimba yake ikiwa how old?
No, decide, but within 3 months unafaa kusha the job. So no ufanye hiyo calculation.
Like if I'm pregnant, nikianza kupata mimba leo, nafaa kuwork for like how long ndio niende sasa home nile mimba yangu ningoje kuzaa?
Mi even za kuadvise. So sijui hiyo story ya ito ni biology sijui sana. But if it's possible you take the leave when you are a few weeks into delivering, you're able to move around, you deliver, and then you have at least 3 months to take care of your child, because after 3 months unafaa urudi job.
Sasa kwa hizo period za 3 months am I being paid?
Yes, full pay.
Niko kwa payroll
Kabisa. And when you
But,
come back from maternity leave, you're supposed to be reinstated to that same place job. So
But kuna wengine they are paying half.
juu uja show up for work.
that is-
Wengine hata wakulipi.
that is now sick leave, eh?
Yeah.
If now you
No, maternity.
no,
Tunaongelea
that is
maternity leave.
watume kwangu ni wapeleke kotini mbio.
Mimi
Now,
kwanza contract fulani
matanga
nilisign.
wamedismissiwa because kwenda matanga. So unfortunate.
What happens to that
Did they
victim
give
now?
notice?
Yeah, the notice was there. Yeah. Now alipatiana notice naenda matanga, but after kurudi, remember mesema sign contract
Yes,
few.
sign contract, yes.
But you see, we talked about this one, and now we are into unlawful terminations zenye zina happen, and they're happening. And this is one of us, anasema he wants to follow up on that particular dismissal venye alikuwa dismissed. He's not even sure whether atapata payment. It's very unfortunate for him. Yes.
No, ofai kufuta job Juliana matanga.
So ni one day
if there's a good
thing.
reason for you to be away from office, see, you can still do
I
that.
just feel like
but the
some
problem is
employers-
give notice. You know, as I said, just picture it. You wake up in the morning, you can't see. Do that means to you. You can't climb the stairs, you can't work, you can't do some particular things.
Hiyo
So
notice
thing for
ina-
employer, imagine kama any, I don't know, probably like this place, the person who does the electrical, whatever. And then I was supposed like to come today, and then they text 2 p.m. Spatikani. Kuria is here. Imagine the kind of chaos. Unajua, as in mseme come, you have to explain, oh, isa bro, msiwalita hajakam, msiwa director hajakuja, you see. So that orderliness in employment prevents such stuff. You
Okay.
know?
If I'm sending you a notice, how early should that notice come?
Okay, depends. If
On
you
the clock.
if you fall sick in the morning, inakuwa ni ngumu of course kusema 7 days notice, but at least be reasonable, at least 2 to 3 working days.
2 to 3.
Unless you fell sick in the morning or something happened in the morning.
Sick leave nafaa kupewa 3 days.
7 days.
Inafaa kuwa 7
Full
days.
pay.
A certain contract I signed nilipewa sick leave ya siku moja. Huyo jamaa ananiambia ati ukishakuwa mgonjwa leo by kesho unaamka kama umepona. Imagine niko like yo come on. Take it easy.
It depend ilikuwa ngoja gani, ilikuwa ni unaona kichwa tu.
Cramps tu.
I mean mimi niko na our audiences. Kuna wenye wamefanya kwa toxic working environment, wenye wanaambiwa wewe ukikuwa mgonjwa kesho usirudi kwa hii kazi. Wewe endanga ukienda tu.
Yes.
Now there is Nelima is asking about kuna clauses zingine kwa constitution and the contracts zenye ziko non-complete.
Yes.
Unaona? Hizo anauliza, are non-complete clauses in Kenya actually enforceable, or are they more of scare tactic to employees?
I like to know how incomplete clauses in what context.
I mean I just state but anasema like kuna kunga na caps unless otherwise those ones.
Are they even supposed to appear in a contract?
Well, I've got good news for you, because what happens is if I'm an employer, say Kuria Advocates is the employer, then I'm the one who's preparing the contract. So you see una input wewe. Wewe umekuleta contract to sign. Contract ndio hii, and that's how it is in Kenya. You, the person who's signing it, hauna any powers. You just have to sign on the dotted line, soma, kama utaki uenda. So if there's any clause in that contract that iko ish haieleweki, it will be interpreted against
Employer.
Okay.
the employer, the person who signed it, the person who prepared the contract. Yes.
And what happens when I got myself in a situation where I had a contract, but the contract did not state when exactly I'm supposed to be paid. Like ilisema tu you're working for a month. Haiku state like date 1 unafaa kulipwa, date 2 unafaa kulipwa.
You can be paid anytime provided it's
hata employer anaweza pesa yako
Kwani tunafanya kazi wapi huko?
employer kana pesa yako hadi 18 katikati ya mwezi.
provided any month imefika and
Like a contract does
but I don't
not
think
state the exact-
After the 28 days unapata mshahara, like
Yes.
you're supposed to get mshahara, like
Yes.
from the 28th isikae tena sana.
But
Date 5.
this guy was telling me the contract did not state the exact date I'm supposed to pay.
So what time were they paying you?
Randomly tu nizamka subia nilipe date 1, amke kesho nilipe date 10,
No.
siku nyingine kuja
You
nilipe
should
date month fulani hadi yaku nilipanga.
At least 7 days. Tukua tu reasonable manzi, unaona? Because you have expenses, you have what. So delay salary ya mtu, I mean, you're really killing this person.
So a contract should state when exactly you're supposed to
Yes,
be
to
paid.
receive your pay on this.
na
First of-
kulikuwa na this guy mwenye they didn't have a contract, hawakusainiana na contract, but one day akafika kwa job akaambiwa, bro, you are no longer our employee, but he went on to make the employer now aggressive so that he could speak out. At this time the guy was recording everything that they were the chat, the communication kenye walikuwa na chat through
Via phone, sema hivyo.
yeah, no, it was not over phone call, physical.
Yeah, but you're recording with
But
with
he's recording with the phone.
Yes.
Can he use this recording as documents before the court of law to demand for his rights?
Yes and no. Kwa sasa unaona una violate privacy ya mtu. At least well, it really depends the context. Because unaona if I come here today and probably I'm meeting you guys ni record na siwambi, you get where this goes. So unless you really have a very strong case, ulikatishwa tu job hivyo, then you can actually use that. Though it's not the best of the evidence.
It can be dismissed
It can be dismissed.
Because why are you
because
recording
violation
Yeah.
of privacy.
Yeah.
So do you mean kama najua tu huyu mtu ni gangster, anaweza ni shoot, should I request, I want to record you?
Well, you can as I said, it's not that it can't be used, all right, but it's not the best of evidence.
Yeah.
It's not the best of evidence to use.
Kuna sasa tukuje kwa
Sorry, tukatu short Wakenya, Kenyans have a very funny way. Hata ukiingia pale kwa mtandao, you find that msee alirecord an entire clip, then they choose what to post.
Yes.
Wanakata tu
Yes.
zile parts tamu
Zile
tamu.
wasiokuwa enraged and all that. Maybe we didn't see what happened before.
but Kuria, we're not before the lordship. No, I'm getting your argument.
Yeah, so after you said you record, the person may say there was something that
He
happened
edited
before.
it.
Yeah, I edited.
My lord, he edited.
Yes.
Now tukuje kwa mambo ya COTU, because ulianza kuingilia COTU kidogo.
Yes.
You know much about COTU and employment history, nilifanya much about these contracts and things that happen here. Rights ama ways, this guy was fired because waliingia kwa welfare, waliingia kwa organization, walianza organization ya kufight for their rights in job. Wakaambiwa hiyo akili hatutaki hapa bro.
Ati walifanya nini?
Walianzisha welfare, organization.
Walianzisha maandamano kwa workplace?
Not really. Not maandamano. Walianzisha organization. Unajua kama hizo organization tunaweza come up na organization yetu, then tuseme tujiteaje?
Arego Foundation.
Dango, yeah. Not foundation, not lead foundation. Sako. Arego Sako. Then this Sako tuseme these are all right, tumekuwa tukinyimwa supu, hawako wanajaza wakiserve nyama wanatuserve mfupa mingi, something like that. Then the guy was fired. Now COTU wamesimama hapo kututetea on that aspect now, sindio? But Kenyans now are finding it very difficult, the ways, so criterias, how to reach to the COTU, because at one time, personally, I tried reaching at COTU headquarters up in Kamukunji, and I never met any assistance. Yeah, so those difficulties, Kenyans are facing them. Is there a cheap way, method in Kenyans when you want to make a situation kama ikuwa fired, hivi unlawful termination, especially on SACCOs? Yes. And also to team up the rights of an employee into a SACCO and the importance of SACCO to an employees. Yes.
So okay, just for clarity, SACCO ni hizo unions.
Unions, dango.
Let me make this point clear.
Yes.
So hata msipo air the rest of the podcast,
we will
please air this.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't fire a person for joining a union, a welfare. You can't. In fact, that will be unfair dismissal. All right? So if today I decide I want to join whatever union I want to join, you can't stop me from doing that as an employer. So that guy has a right to do so. Unfortunately, COTU is supposed to be doing all this hard work for employees who have been unfairly terminated.
Yes.
But it's not doing that. So the best now place to go is the courts of law. Yes, because you see...
No.
But then you have to understand that COTU inaweka tu pressure, but it doesn't have really much powers of an employer. They may decide us won't pay. Hakuna place COTU tutawapeleka. You understand? Unless our COTU sues on behalf of the employee. Yes.
Now, union, the importance of union.
Yeah, at least you have a bargaining power. Unajua mkia wengi, ukiwa peke yako, utatongoza mshahara, uko tupeangu maji, weka mutaki job ishie ukishianga.
So it's also very important.
Yes, if you join a union, it's it's easier now to have your rights enforced. Yes.
All right. So we should join unions.
We should form ours.
To form size.
Hata kwa organization mnaza join, mnaza form your own welfare whatever.
For that also ndio.
Bora msianze maandamano huko kwa workplace. Jome.
Maandamano is very much
necessary kwa workplace.
By the way, wakili, maandamano kwa workplace mimi naona ni necessary. Kwa sababu kuna tu mabosi wengine msipoandamana hawatasikia.
Tabia ya Kenya and Kenyan government, some employers same.
Now tutoke from employment kidogo tukuje kwa maandamano. Sijui unasemanga unapeleka petition. I think every politician when they have the address or the Minister of Interior or the president sema, what are the proposal mlikuwa mnaleta? How actually should we submit our proposals? Guidelines gani zenye tunafaa kufuata time tunaenda kupatia na hizi proposals zenye wanasema like these are things, these are our manifesto things that we need to be serviced or be included into our demands.
Like to who?
To authority, to any authority. Now let's talk about governments. Yes. The way hizi vitu zina happening, because the politician wanatuambia what do you have in hands, we need to see what do you have as an equalizer to what you're demanding from us. Nini unatupatia, mkitupatia huku tusi tusome, then we come to agreement. Now naziba hii kitu kwa nini? William Ruto anatuambia mnatuletea, mnataka tufanye aje? Nyinyi mnasema mnataka tufanye aje? And then these tables, I mean, hizi meza zenye wanataka tukufike na hizi proposal, Kenyans wana opt like amtasoma hizi vitu. Acha tu sisi tuandamane. In short, tunaandamana without objective. the congruent objective yenye tunapeleka kwa nini kwa the authorities sindio?
Yes.
What do you think, and what are these ways za kusubmit hizi proposals to the authority?
But the language of protest, language ya maandamano is basic. Hata haki yetu is enough.
Haki yetu is enough.
Na
Si
maplacards.
tunataka ungeende chini those placards, those whatever. So we did that in last year.
Yeah.
And the government of course ilicheza tuchezea, but they able to toa macs, but some changes did come. So the government knows already what Kenyans want. But more specifically, if you want the real change, you petition your MP. So unatengeneza the laws. Just prepare a petition, take to your MP, and they'll be able to make the changes that you want.
Okay.
Kitu gani unaangalianga kwa hii constitution ama kwa hii contract unasema here this one does not favor Kenyans? No. Very sorry, we are very sorry dear employers, because we've not touched much on for your benefit, but at least we are going to get a snippet of it.
Employers wako na benefits, si tunawafanyia kazi.
No, really, they are also Kenyans, you know that.
But at least unajua employers ndio wako na pesa mob.
And also some of your employees
Na
usiku
depend
wako
unafanya
kazi,
kazi.
mchana wako kazi, usiku wako kwa
Ni kwa
friends.
sababu if you depend on
Si wanawapea job.
kazi moja uta survive in Nairobi. You need to work 24/7.
What are these things, criteria zenye employer anafaa kujua before apatiane contract?
Employer.
Yes.
Employer.
Before apatiane contract.
Kuwa na, I think I'll just repeat this again. Kuwa na clearly the terms of the contract. What do you expect from your employee, and what are you expecting to give the employee in return for the work? Kama ni kazi, kama ni job title, kama ni the description, the place of work, the salary, how much am I supposed to pay you, disciplinary rules, how are we supposed to discipline you specifically there, how are we supposed to terminate this contract, very specific in the contract. If all those things are there, you guys are good to go.
Does termination of contract really require agreement from both sides? This is employee and employer, or employer can just stand up and say no.
You can decide. Si hata unaweza amua tu leo sikuji job. Okay. What you as I said, if you're working month to month, you give the 30 days notice.
Now,
There are two types of notice, eh?
the employee is not seeing your benefit. He wakes up and says,
Who employee
who are late benefit.
Yeah, si wanaamua tunaweza kuanza amua wakupatie. Still, you have to give that person 30 days notice.
Our notice.
Or mpatie mshahara ya 30 days.
Okay.
Ambao don't come to work tomorrow, but you get your
Those are
salary for the next
optimal
coming.
options.
I
Yes.
think hiyo inaweza kuwa the best way kufutwa kazi.
But it doesn't happen
Nipe
in
hiyo
Kenya.
pesa kwanza.
Lakini kama mwezi tu kamoja. So, after that you just go and die ama.
After
But
that,
at least umenilipa.
Yeah, at least that. And then before you terminate a contract, you must be given a fair hearing. So employer wako hawezi amka tu asubuhi we enda ukiendanga zi. You must be given a fair hearing, specific day, wapima makosa yako ni gani, and you're given option to bring an advocate or a legal representative and a fellow employee. So kwa hiyo hearing, you are given the right to bring a fellow employee.
Leo tunachanuka.
let's talk before to talk sana. There is a post to post. I need this definition to it be helpful for our audience. Talked about bond. And another one?
Bail.
Bail.
Bail, cash bail.
Cash bail.
Cash bail.
Yes.
Bond, cash bail. Where does the grantor finds themselves? In the bond or in the cash bail? In the bail?
Sorry, where?
The guarantors.
In the bond.
In the bond.
Yes.
Can you explain this one to our audience? Because they
Kwanza
don't
tuambie
get to
difference
understand.
ya bond na bail.
Na mnanilipa juu.
How much?
Man, I saw that and was like,
Hapa mtoki hapa mpaka nilipe mshahara.
let me tell you,
Parents za
kuna,
kuzai.
Now be the employee now.
to add on that, kuna this teacher mwenye alikwanga mtu wa watu, so akachukua payslip yake na everything akatoa mtu jela. No, like a guarantor. And mpaka sahi, that guy, I don't know whatever happened, mpaka sahi ajai get haki yake.
Let me warn Kenyans.
On them.
Warn us, please.
Tafadhali please. Hata kama huo ni muri wako. Never stand surety. Okay, let me explain what bail and bond is.
Yes.
Bail in short ni do, as in pure cash bail, 50,000 shillings. Ufanye kesi nje. So some Kenyans wananga enya Kenyans si ni wajuaji, lakini najua sana lakini you know the wrong things, So unaonanga ati msa apewa cash bail at times. No, cash bail means you send a remand
Okay.
ufanye ukiwa nje, unafanya piga shughuli zako, but the day of the hearing, every day, every time that the court requires you to be in court, you have to be present in person.
Right.
So the cash bill nasimamia ndio make sure utaenda ukirudi.
Bail lazima ikuwe in cash, haiwezi kuwa any other form.
Now utaingia in bond. You can be given a what you call a settled deed, title deed or a logbook. Ambio kasa bond yako ni 100,000 shillings. So it's upon you to go and look for an item that is worth 100,000 shillings. Can be a title deed, can be near Duthi, whatever it is.
So whom are you giving these things?
You're depositing it in court. Unapewa hadi receipt. Then you can be told no a surety ni mtu, so unapewa bond ya 100,000 shillings and a surety of the same amount, meaning after hiyo title deed na pia mtu asimamie mali property yake worth 100,000 shillings. So that surety, now going back to what I was saying, please usisimamie mse kotini, because if they run away, akishatoka kwa hiyo koti akatae kwenda kotini, they'll look for you.
Sasa you'll be the one owning the case.
Unaweza arestiwa.
Mimi msiniite kwa makesi zenu.
Kwa resema pia kuwekwa ndani.
Dango. Naweza iko ndani.
Yeah.
For somebody's case.
I see people saying
but that is talking about
case. If you're being a surety to someone, at least you know them. That you can produce them in court when they are required, if they run away.
Nitamtoa wapi mimi?
Now, amekimbia. Bond yangu imebaki hapo. No, first. Hii bond yenye nafaa kulipa, tuseme like, is it calculated towards the number of years or months you are supposed to serve in?
Court ina decide. However, ukipata very serious offenses, okay, nakwanga this way. If you are what we call flight risk, unaweza hepa. Unaona, maybe umekam Kanairo, but you know umetoka wapi? Bungoma. So you don't have a fixed place of residence, atujui unafanya job wapi, tuajua kwenye ni Bungoma and all that. Bond takuwa higher, ndio usihepe. Yes.
So like wanaweza niekea tu hata like 150,000, just like that. 150 ni kidogo.
Unasema nini? Pia si mita moja unapewa 2 million depending on.
But now,
is that money refundable?
Yeah, it will be refunded if
you win the case.
No. If you show up in
bro,
court
you
all
are
the
lying
time.
because money zikishaendea serikali.
No.
You know what they keep asking you for more.
By the way, the judiciary, judiciary to kiasi, is among the most honest institutions. When you give your cash bill, now you do not violate. The day you're required to be in court, you are showing up in court. Kesi kishaisha, ndio yako narudishio.
Now,
ikiwa vile.
Now rolling down, let's have some quick myth busting hapa. You only say yes, someone no, then you explain if you have much to explain on it. There is one statement says employees on salary aren't entitled to overtime pay.
False. Yes.
Ni mandatory.
Yes.
Must
be given overtime.
Someone is working for African,
including these guys who are here.
Yep.
It's past work hours, so make sure
I mean, you are going to add on that because we don't have the labor now.
Okay.
If
you must be given overtime.
Okay.
Yes.
If your contract isn't signed, you are not protected by labor laws.
True.
Tango.
Hiyo tena sound too true.
If you didn't sign the contract, signature yako inaonyesha you agreed to the terms.
Yeah.
An employer can fire without notice if you are still on probation.
Without notice.
Yes.
Without notice.
If you're on probation.
Without notice.
Yes.
On probation.
But someone can just wake up and be like, yo, you're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah, tomorrow's don't show up.
And also if you're an intern.
Intern you are learning. You're learning. So wanapea in favor wanakufanyia.
Intern umlipi sasa.
Sika tu shule, like who pays you to go to school, you know?
Nobody. My mom.
Bro, tuseme, now this closing.
You should adopt me.
Yeah, tuseme. Tuseme like tulianza kampuni. Tukasonga tumesign contract, tunasonga tunaendelea mbele. Then vitu happen. Like right now you see things vitu zenye zina happen, say economical fluctuation, things like that. Then busy kaanguka. Tukasema nyinyi ndeni home, let's just simuona kenye me happen, and then you know employee has got bills to pay. Bro, is there fair law ama kuna venye law ina defend the employer, because now at this point the employer ameenda risk, the employee pia na demand right yake. Kuna venye employer ko safe aside on that.
There's a term in the contract inaitangwa force majeure. Force majeure means that sometimes e-contract inaweza kosa kufanyika because of ABCD. For example, if it's economic hardships are there, bro, I'm not able to pay you. So you just go home, you know. Maandamano imetokea, wamefunga streets, wamefunga everything, or the economy has collapsed. Na utado wapi ya kulipa. So that clause protects the employer and says, you know what, if I don't have money to pay you, I can't pay you.
According to LinkedIn founder, he says 9 to 5 will be over by 2034. Do you agree with him?
2034. Wow. Me, I thought ni soon.
Soon. So am I. Hadi mimi sooner.
Bado ni soon.
9 to 5 is
Well, but you can see in Elon Musk, they're saying people should go back to work 9 to 5. So
Elon Musk.
Sisi creatives tuna work 24/7.
hata usiku unaweza amka 3 am ufanye kazi.
Yeah. But you are an advocate, mnaweza kuwa na virtual, unaweza kuona yeah man, my lord, oh that one was just a smoke from the kitchen. That was just a smoke from the kitchen. Now please, you've add much that you did not know.
Yes, in fact from today nikienda kusign contract napigia wakili.
Zingine ulikuwa nasema yes, you're shouting about their validity na ziko valid. Now corrected.
I'm very much corrected.
What do you say?
Hadi mtu wangu wa contract alisema ati sick leave ni siku moja. Next time namwambia wakili alisema sick leave ni siku 7.
I mean, you need to be referred towards this episode because it was an eye-opening wakili.
Yeah, it's very educative.
Thank you.
I mean, it
You're
was
welcome.
so slow.
Yes.
Sounds boring but interesting.
Not boring.
I mean,
Law is boring. So
Law is
I tried my best. Believe you me.
you are parting shot.
If you're not sure, ask a lawyer.
If you're not sure, ask a lawyer.
Yes.
The lawyer will charge me.
They will lie.
How much? Wewe could go through my contract, how much are you charging me?
How much is the contract? How much are you
I'm signing a contract of 20,000.
per month?
Yes.
Yo.
Okay, peka 5k hivi hatuwezi kosana.
Oh.
Hatuwezi kosana, ukinipea hatuwezi kosana. But ukiongeza ifike 10k, I'll do a
Man, do you want to suffer under this economy? Thank you very much for joining Real Talk Republic podcast. This is Africa Studios. And of course, Dango Reelers. Thank you very much for watching till the end of this particular episode. We'll be having advocate. We've been having Wakili here. Right?
Yes.
Now, we'll be having advocate Kuria, all the way from Kuria Advocates with us here. You can always reach Kuria Advocates over his social media platform. Don't mind my Instagram.
Kuria and Company Advocates. I'm looking over here because she also manages a page.
Wow.
The mic is on.
Akuja bonge about
The mic. Just no, you are not in the video.
Hautaonekana kwa kamera.
Just the voice.
There's
Just the voice. Just the voice, that one. Yeah.
Tell them where to follow us.
Oh, this one. Yeah, it's on.
Okay, follow Kuria and Company Advocates on Instagram and also on TikTok. And we also have a Facebook page for more.
Pardon the page again?
On Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Kuria and Company Advocates. Same name everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, someone is watching from the village. They only know of 07. Is there?
Oh, the number.
Yeah.
Sasa tupige. Najua akili ni namba yako anyway.
Yeah.
0707.
Is your wife?
0707 362 392.
0707 362
Very easy.
39.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you.
Oh, before you even LinkedIn also you can follow me.
Oh, okay.
I'm an influencer hapo bana.
You're an influencer, bro. Una influence. Uzuri udance TikTok.
Kuria Pongai,
Uzuri udance TikTok.
very soon.
Everything for entertainment.
Ujaanza street shoots
Bado
za Instagram
zinakuja.
Soon.
all the way from Milimani, bro. Thank you very much, Dango.
Bye bye.